Hello,
Okay.
everyone, and good afternoon here in Pakistan. As you know, I'm Rizwan Akram in Rizwan Akram classroom, and in classroom there are two type of people: either they are teacher and either they are students. So I am a student all the time here, and all the guests who come to my classroom are always my teacher. Today we have a very special guest, Jack Sim from Singapore. Jack, welcome to Classroom. And please let the people know about yourself as I have read, but I wish that you introduce yourself by you.
Yeah. So I am a founder of the World Toilet Organization, and it is a movement that introduced the subject of toilet very humorously, and people used to be unable to talk about toilet and about going sanitation and shit and poop and all these kind of words are embarrassing, but everybody have to go to the toilet. And what's so embarrassing, if you have to go to the toilet, you might as well make it elegant and talk about it. And because we don't talk about it, about 2.5 billion people don't have toilet. And in Pakistan, I'm sure there is a lot of problems about sanitation and hygiene. And as you can see, COVID is a serious hygiene problem, and people are washing their hands and all that. But before that, they don't. So investment in sanitation is very critical, and I thought if nobody wants to talk about it, so I took the subject and talked to the media, call ourselves the WTO, World Toilet Organization. And it sounds like World Trade Organization. So the media love it very much, and they listen to us, and we make a lot of fun. And then we tell them very serious things like girls cannot go to school if there's no toilet, because when they're menstruating, they cannot change sanitary napkin with all the blood in front of the boys. Uh, Also, the rivers, their water can be drank, it's clean. But when you shit in the river, everything is polluted. And then every year, about 2 million children die of diarrhea. It's very sad because people don't want to solve this problem because this is a problem of poor people. So imagine 2 million people die every year, but they're not rich people. They're not middle class people. But when COVID killed 500,000 people, the whole world shut down. And even before, when it killed 30,000 people, the whole world already shut down. So this is an unfair world, and we want to do something to make it better.
Jack, you have spoken an idea about that less people talk about it. And whenever you say that there's a toilet mission, a lot of people start making smiles and having fun. How you came up with the idea that however it's a basic need, a person who born on the very first day the need of toilet is there, so how you come up with this idea that it should be given message to the mobs and to the people world level?
So I was born when Singapore was very poor, and everybody lived in the slum. And I was born in a slum village, and we don't have toilet. So you see other children, we also don't have clothing. So some people will donate clothing, and sometimes the boy will wear a girl shirt, and a girl or boy will wear shirt. And many times the children have run around naked, and you see the intestinal wound coming out from their butt. And so there's so much serious problem. But Singapore, uh, we have a first prime minister, Lee Kuan Yew, and he did a very good job, and we got all the people out of poverty. Then when I started to do business, make some money, I thought it's no good to continue to make money. It's better to spend the rest of my life to do social work, because life is so short. You're not spending money, you're spending time. And if you have so much time, you use up the time, you are 80 years old, you die. So at the time I was 40 years old, so I have only 40 more years to go. So I want to use this time to do social work. And uh, the subject of sanitation was so embarrassing, they call it water. So they park it under water agenda. And then all the money go to water, all the solution go to water, but nobody talk about shit, toilet, poop. So I say if we do that, we use the media. And the media, they're very, very friendly when you can help them sell the newspaper, advertisement, and readership. And so I keep on making jokes. So in the beginning, they think that this is not serious. But after a while, they start to pay attention. So in the beginning, you must understand when they laugh at me, they are listening to me. So I must not worry about people laughing at me. I just want them to listen to me. So I dress up in toilet and do all kind of very funny stunts. And in the end, everybody follow. And 13 years later, our founding day, 19th of November, is adopted by the UN General Assembly. All 193 country government accepted our founding day as the UN World Toilet Day. Every year, they celebrate it, they pass policy. Prime Minister Modi, next door to you, built 110 million toilet and won election. So I hope we can come to Pakistan and work with your president and to make toilet program, because this is so obvious. If you have toilet, you have hygiene, you have hand washing, you have clean water, nobody is sick. So nobody is sick, become productive. So productive people, you can train them and you can create industry, investment, and everybody can earn money because they are not sick. A country who is sick cannot earn money, cannot pay taxes. So everything is bad. So in Singapore, we were very poor, but we invest in hygiene and sanitation because we don't have money to build hospital and employ doctor. So the cheapest medicine is hygiene and sanitation. So I want to help anybody who locally can be the driver, and we help on advocacy. We went to Brazil last year and talked to the governor of Sao Paulo, and he's now standing for the presidency against Mr. Bolsonaro, who is not very popular now. And so he took the sanitation as an agenda, and then we went to the Senate and we proposed that since Brazil's sewage 50% is not treated, why don't we attract private investors to invest in sewage treatment in all the water plants? And the Senate and Congress discussed and they passed the legislation last week. So last year, September, I started working with them. And last week, they passed the law. Overwhelming votes. So I think that the kind of momentum that World Health Organization can create in Pakistan can be very solid. But I need local people, local politicians who are very serious about it. Otherwise, there is no local leader, a foreigner cannot come and help.
Jack, you have given very brief introduction about toilet movement. I want to know about your framework. Like you are doing yourself some sort of things in Singapore, but when the state is operating, how the states functions about this toilet? Either they're gonna construct toilet at different places, or either they are gonna make some awareness to the people to construct toilet within their homes. So, what is the framework of doing all your movement with the state?
The state basically should have done the job themselves, but most of the time they are not in a conversation talking about toilets. So they are talking about other things. They have a lot of things to talk about. So when we go in, the politician, they saw that we can bring a lot of media. The moment I go into a country, I attract all the media, and then we use the media and promote that politician who is going to promise people to build toilets. And so the politician became very popular and win election. And then they build toilets. So this is a win-win collaboration, right? So every time World Toilet Organization goes someplace, the media will follow. So if I go to Pakistan and we create media conference, but first we must plan a strategy and that it must be true, that there is a commitment to do it. Let's say if we talk to the president, what is his name now? Your president?
Arif Alvi. Arif Alvi.
No, no, the guy who play this squash.
That is Prime Minister. That is cricketer Imran Khan.
Imran Khan, yeah. Let's let's say we talk to Imran Khan and we say, let's make a sanitation program. You can borrow money from World Bank. It's not a problem. And then you can design a plan that after the toilet is built, the people become healthy. Then you also have to design a plan for people to do business and start factory and investment and all that. Then suddenly you can turn Pakistan from a developing country to a developed country and everyone become middle class. When people have a job, a house, a toilet, you don't get people fighting anymore. You have social stability. So these are the things you must strive to have. So it's very important that there is a local important person who want to be the champion. You see in China, President Xi Jinping is the champion for China toilet revolution. And so the toilet improved very fast. We are helping him with his Ministry of Education, 214,000 schools. So these are all workable. You see, we help India, Modi. We help China, Xi Jinping. We help Brazil, Bolsonaro, and not this governor of the Sao Paulo, Joa Dora. So these are people who can benefit from popularity by championing toilets. So you tell me, who is this person? Is it the prime minister or another person? Tell me. As long as he's passionate, we should go together with. Or a movie star. That's also good. If you have a movie star, let's start because in India we have Amitabh Bachchan is a champion. We have Vidya
Exactly.
Balan. We have Akshay Kumar. He makes movie. Toilet a love story. So we have Akshay Kumar as a
Toilet.
champion.
Exactly.
Yeah. So who is the movie star in Pakistan? Let's meet. Let's talk. Let's solve the problem.
Jacob, you have told the policy about Lee, Mr. Lee, who has been governing Singapore and his party for the last 60 years, I think. But here in our subcontinent, and you can say Indo-Pak and about this, we have the state, the government who used to change with after every 5 years. So policy is not a stable one. Like every government have different policy for different things. So can you do something awareness with the public?
Yes. If the public wants it, it doesn't matter which politician win because the politician wants to win the vote from the public. So if the public wants toilet, it doesn't matter if the politician change, but you have to start with one politician. And then he can benefit from it. He will push it. You know, in India, it started with 2007. We got the World Toilet Summit in New Delhi. At that time, Congress Party was the ruling party, not BJP. And we have the
Yeah,
president Abdul Kalam. President Abdul Kalam hosts our
yeah,
World Toilet Summit together with the Crown Prince of Holland, William Alexander. So two of them, very big guy, go to World Toilet Summit in the Bigen Bawan in New Delhi. So once we have that event, six minister was also there. Then everybody joined. So later on, The Union Minister Jairam Ramesh, he started to build 32 million toilets, but there was a lot of corruption. So the toilets are built or not built, or some are built too small, and some are just, you know, material delivered but not constructed. So there's a lot of problem. But 32 million toilets. So every politician is challenging to win election by promising toilet. And then the religious leaders is also helping to promote toilet. So in Pakistan, I would like to work with a religious leader, because in the hadith, you have to be clean before you pray, and you have to pray 5 times a day. And if you are not clean, your prayer is invalid. So in hadith, you have to be careful about najis, right? So if you are dirty, you cannot pray. And therefore, for religious reason, Muslim have to be very, very clean. And so you need to have clean water, you have to clean sanitation, you have soap hand washing, clean all the way to your elbow, to your knee. And and we need ablution center. So we can start from religious leader, no problem. Politician, religious leader, companies, everybody can join.
Exactly, Jack. According to Islam, half of our belief is within cleanliness. You must be clean. It means your half belief is completed. I want to know about exact. You have spoken about the small toilets, so I want to know about the specifications of the toilets in your mind. That what is the standard size and what things should be within the toilet. That is complete package of a toilet in your perspective.
Oh, no, no. You don't need to learn like that. You basically, the toilet, uh, all the information we can send to you is on the internet, right? There's a compendium for uh, sanitation technology, and all the drawings, everything are there. And there's many different type of treatment depending on what is your underground water, the terrain, and all that. So you can learn it by Google. The most important thing is culture. The people must want to have a toilet. And if the people want to have a toilet, then you will find a solution. But if the people didn't want to talk about having a toilet, you will never have solution. So the number one thing is to make everybody aware, drive the demand, make it fashionable. If you don't have a toilet, other people look down on you, just like take a toilet to be as nice as your dress, and challenge each other to look nice. So if you don't have a toilet, people laugh at you. You have toilet, people praise you. It becomes like a car, like a cell phone, like a television. That is the status of a toilet you should start to have. Then after that, people will make better and better toilet because they want to make each other jealous. And then the market will move.
Jack, you have given beautiful example. I think that you have also learned the psychology of human beings. That if in competition can run in toilets, then it can grow definitely. I want to ask that here in Pakistan we have a trend. I don't know about in your country that we have a attached toilet with bedroom. Either it's a small or the large, but we have attached toilet. So it means if we have about 3 or 4 rooms, so it means if you have a good house, you have 3 to 4 toilets. Either it's a good for environment or not. What do you suggest?
No, it's good. You must have the convenience, the privacy, and shared toilets, depending on your status of wealth. But I think attached toilet in the bedroom is very nice. Uh, it's the same amount of environmental discharge. Yeah, same amount of flush. Even you have one toilet or 5 toilets, you just flush one time each every time you go, right? So I think you need to focus on treatment as well. You cannot just flush because you go to the river, go to the lake, it causes other type of problem. So you have to check on treatment, and then you have to check on affordability. But all the solutions have been found everywhere. Bangladesh, It's a very poor country, but the sanitation coverage is amazing. It's 90 over percent. So it's so much more advanced than India. So Pakistan can copy from Bangladesh, no problem. And it doesn't need a lot of money. Can be very low cost. But the first thing is they must want to have fun.
Uh, Jack, can you tell me that we have the population of about 2200 million? So, how much toilets actually being needed for this population? And if you know the statistics about how many toilets approximately we have in Pakistan?
No, I don't know. I have to check, but it's all available online. But I think that um, when a lot of people say, but then they have no money, so they cannot build a toilet, right? So I asked them, long ago they also have no money. Where did they get the money to buy a cell phone? Tell me, where did the money come from? Oh, they say, wow, no choice. They have to have a cell phone, otherwise they cannot talk to each other. And if you don't have a cell phone, then other people will laugh at you. I say, yeah, but they have no money. Therefore, even laugh at you, where did the money come from? They say, they work very hard to find the new money. So I say, there you are. Go and work very hard to find a toilet. So you understand, when they want to have a cell phone, they work very hard to find a cell phone. So now they have to work very hard to find a toilet. This is not about money. This is about, do you want to have a toilet? So we have to drive the demand.
Jack, as you have talked about Akshay Kumar, he has made a movie that is Toilet. So, in that movie, he has given the reference of his father, who was a religious person. So, he didn't allow the toilet in his home because of his religion. So, we in the subcontinent have some religious obligation. Either if we are the Muslims, so we love to being clean or neat. But on the other hand, in our neighboring country, we have some religious issues. So, how you resolve those issues?
I mean, you are not India, so you don't worry about the Indian problem. You have a Muslim, Islam culture, and you should try to learn to be as clean as the people in Dubai, right? Because you have to follow this culture, and it's very easy to promote. You can copy the people in Bangladesh. It's very clean, right? So what is important, if Bangladesh can do it, Pakistan can do it. There's no problem. It is, who is the leader in Pakistan? Who is Mr. Toilet of Pakistan? Is there
No one.
such a person? Let's find one person. Let's find one person. It can be a cricket player, it can be the prime minister, it can be a religious leader, it can be a company, anybody. Find somebody. If there's nobody, you cannot start, because the World Toilet Organization can come and support somebody. But if there's nobody, then it doesn't start.
Jack, is it compulsory to work with the state? Either you can't work with the companies or some private organizations.
Yeah, yeah. Work with private company is the fastest. Work with religious leader also very fast. Work with movie star a little bit, just kind of spice up, not serious work. But companies and religious leader, I think it's good. Sports, I think it's very good. Maybe cricket can be very good. So if you work with government, it's also important to know you have to work with the politician. If you work with the bureaucrats, it's going to take a long time. They are so slow, right? But if the politician says, I want you to do it, then it go fast. Okay? So don't work with the bureaucrats. Work with the politician who has the power over the bureaucrats. But if you work from the religious leader side, from the company side, you can start. It can be very fast. And bring a little bit of sports people. I think they can be very fast as
Jack,
long
as
as
you
you
have a
have
lot
a
of
champion.
information,
Huh?
Jack, as you have a lot of information, I hope that you know in Pakistan, politicians are often uh, starting up the water filtration plant in their areas, and they go for seeking the vote on the base of those water filtration plants. So it means if we don't have the pure water for the public, then the toilet can be on the secondary level.
No, need not be secondary. If you want to start, if even you can do, you know. But if you are afraid to do, then nobody do, right? So the as long as somebody will start, every obstacle can be overcome. But there need to be energy from local people. And if even if you find an association, an activist group, that's also good. But it has to be people who have courage and is bold. It's not just go and protest and go and carry demonstration placard and then make a lot of noise. Then the government will build toilet. It's not like that. It has to be a win-win discussion so that they say, hey, I can benefit from helping. I will come. You know, you have to motivate people. It's not about corruption. It's probably about popularity.
Jack, thank you so much. You have given the beautiful idea of toilet, and definitely movement will prevail. And definitely, health is the biggest factor in nowadays, especially in COVID. We need cleanliness in every step. So we are going to wash hand and doing something like that. But as you spoken about earlier, that about 2 million people every year are dying because of diarrhea. So we need to sanitation and proper hygiene and water treatment as well. Thank you so much, and I wish sooner or
Thank
later
you.
you come to Pakistan. And I wish to connect you with some sort of politician, and might they come to convince you.
Yeah, I think that you just Google and send them the CV. What I want everybody in Pakistan to do is to imagine a beautiful, successful, clean, healthy Pakistan population. That every Pakistani has a toilet and is enjoying themselves. And you know, in India, there's so much rape happening when the woman go to the bush to go and defecate. They get attacked by the men. So I think that same thing is happening in Pakistan. So what happened is a toilet is so important for girls, for women. So I think all this messaging we can come. But first, everybody listening in, imagine the future of Pakistan is like Singapore. If you can imagine that, you can achieve that. But if you cannot have this vision, then you cannot start. So don't start where you are. Start at the end. Start with the end vision, success picture, how it look like, and then work from there backward. Work forward is very difficult. Work backward from the end vision. You will be motivated and you want to see it happen. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jack. It's really nice
Thank you.
talking to you, and would love to connect you again. Thank you so much.
Bye bye. And send me a URL or whatever the link of this recording. Okay.
Within
Thank
a
you.
second.
Bye bye.
Sure. Thank you. Allah.